Hello, it's a Monday night here on Snap. I'm Deirdre O'Donoghue. This show, which has been going on for a few years, is dedicated to the new, the unusual, the imaginative, and the inventive. And I've got here with me in the studio tonight a guy who's right out there on the forefront of doing all of those things. A man who has just come up with a new album that should be in the stores tomorrow, called Frank's Wild Years. I know that a lot of people have been looking forward to this because my phones have been completely crazy for the last few days. Everybody looking forward to this. So welcome to KCRW, Mr. Waits.
Well, thank you, Deirdre.
This is going to be quite an interesting evening, I think, we have ahead of us, which I base on the fact of having lived with the music of this album, Frank's Wild Years, for the last couple of weeks. I got spoiled. I got a tape in advance of it. So I think that we got a few things lined up on the agenda tonight. You got some music that you're going to play for us. You brought some tapes along with some interesting things.
Yeah, a few things. Yeah, I've got a few things. So
bag full of things there. Okay. And we've got Frank's Wild Years.
Okay.
The first song on the album, Hang On St. Christopher, starting from place one, kicking it all off, Frank's Wild Years from the stage play that you did in Chicago last summer. Set us up. Where is Frank as we get going on this?
Well, let's see. It's I guess it's kind of an odyssey here. The song Hang On St. Christopher kind of starts Frank off in a small town called Rainville, and with all the anxiety of a small town, he's burned down his house, and he's decided to go off to Las Vegas to try and start a career as an accordion player, and all that goes along with that, all the benefits of the entertainment world, and so it's kind of a travel number.
So he's made a decisive act and he's taken off. Was he involved at all in entertainment before? Or is this really the start of a dream?
More a vicarious thing, yeah.
Great. This is Hang On St. Christopher. It's the first track from the new album by Tom Waits, Frank's Wild Years, right, on Snap. From the brand new album by Tom Waits on Snap on this Monday night, the first two cuts that start off Frank's Wild Years, which started at, I get the feeling from what I've read and what I've heard, that this is kind of like Frank's Wild Years, maybe even Mark III, if you count the first song, that the little tiny song that got it started, but that this is, I've heard this is different than the stage play as you put it together.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, the stage play was maybe the way the music was arranged was a little more conventional. There's just a lot of different elements that go into putting a play on. So I had a chance to take the music, and we recorded the whole thing in Chicago and Los Angeles. So I got a chance to work on it and push it around and stretch it and take it out of focus. And I did a lot of I sang through bullhorn on a lot of the tracks, and used farfisa and opticon and accordion, a lot of pawn shop instruments really, but got a chance to kind of flatten things out and push them to their limit. A lot of tape saturation and that type of thing in order to get the desired effect.
Well, the sound that you create with some with pawn shop instruments, as you describe them, you manage to get some very distinctive and unusual and international sounds. Everything from the feel of a carnival sideshow to, I don't know, what might be a back street in Singapore, Middle Eastern sounds, Eastern Asian sounds. With how much time? Not I want to say time. You've obviously got the sound there in your head of a lot of different tones, and you use very simple instrumentation to get that. How does that work out with you and the guys you work with?
Well, everybody is that I worked with is most of them are multi-instrumentalists. They switch off instruments. I put the drummer on the horn, put the horn player on the drums, and put the just for spontaneity and freshness,
And you've been working with these guys for a while now, too.
Yeah, they did the whole stint in Chicago, and most of them worked on Rain Dogs. And so you get a shorthand after a while, and it helps with the music.
When you first wrote the song Frank's Wild Years that showed up on Swordfishtrombones, do you have any idea that all of this was going to spring from it?
No, not really.
And what's the line on Frankie Z?
It's just, it's just a dedication, But, so it's, I didn't really know.
You've got a grin on your face as you say
that. It was going to be, go anywhere. It was, the whole thing happened real fast. It was kind of an attempt at a Ken Nordine style tale. It happened very spontaneous in the studio with Larry Taylor on upright and Ronnie Barron on organ. And, a lot of things happen fast. The best things happen when you don't plan them, and that's what happened on that.
And when did it begin to take on its additional life? When did you know it was going to be a play or expand into that?
I always wanted to do something where I could stay in town for a while without going on the road and doing all that. So that was really the idea in mind, was to do something that could keep me in one place for a while instead of all this, rolling around. So my wife, Kathleen Brennan, worked on the play. I did the music, and that's a long story. I don't mean it to sound so simple, because it was a long, journey to get to finally where we put the whole thing on in Chicago with Steppenwolf Theater. They really, we really landed in the right place with it after a lot of, dead ends with it. So I was really glad to be there. Gary Sinise directed it, and You know, they're a good theater group, kind of garage band style theater. 3 chords, turn it up real loud. They so that it worked. You know, I think.
Were any of those performances preserved on videotape or recordings?
Yeah. I mean, mostly for us to look at and find out where we fell apart. You know, not really for any other purpose. You know.
Apparently, there were you had some problems with it right before it opened. You went through some changes with the directors and actresses.
Oh yeah, that's normal. You know, I think.
It almost seems like they take on a life of their own once you send these things off into the world, and then they develop their own.
Sometimes the spark comes from conflict, you know, of ideas, and you know, it's just wood and lights and people walking around until you somehow bang up against something and something breaks and then something sparks and then something catches and then it has a life. Until then, it's just on the page. So.
And now it's on the record.
Yeah.
Now it's in its 3rd stage of life almost. You said you banged it around and shaped it into existence.
Yeah.
It's I think you described it in a piece that I read recently as being, you know, your standard odyssey of rags to riches dreams, or whether or not that's actually happening. The descriptions I've read of the play, which I would have loved to have seen, but Chicago was a bit far away.
Oh, yeah.
A little hard to get to from here. There's a question about whether or not Frank's laying there on the park bench in St. Louis dreaming all of the things that happen, the ambiguity that you set up in the play.
You know, yeah, he dreams his way back home and then kind of relives all these things. He went out on the road with an idea that kind of unraveled for him and, you know, became kind of nightmare. So that's kind of the gist of it. I saw Jimmy Rogers on TV one night singing. He took one of his old hits and turned it into an ad for a Carpeteria. You know, really disturbed me. That was kind of part of the impetus for starting to go ahead on it. And there's a song in the play called "Innocent." You're innocent when you dream, and Frank ends up in Las Vegas with doing advertisements for an all-night clothing store, and they turn the song into "You're in a suit of your dreams," and so it's kind of that people who have to start bending themselves out of shape in order to arrive at some commercial, you know, place.
And what seems like the overwhelming desire of the commercial world to make those bends happen. Some kind of inability to see what's inside there in those dreams in the first place. This is the next song we're going to listen to from the album Frank's Wild Years is called Temptation, that you worked on with Kathleen Brennan. You collaborated pretty extensively with your wife.
Yeah, we wrote a lot of things
this.
together.
How is that as a process for you?
Works real good, you know. She's out there, so you know.
I would think that she would have to be. Where are we at when we get to Temptation as we work our way through the play?
Oh, I guess let's see. I mean, these songs are. I mean, it's not side to side. It's not completely linear. You know, there's things that are left turns and then it shifts around a little bit. But I guess it's in a small room in Las Vegas where Frank is, there's a cigarette girl, and he falls in love with a cigarette girl, and, you know, all that goes along with that. He gets rolled, and, you know, he makes a lot of money on the tables, and then he loses it, and, you know, everything that happens in Las Vegas, yeah.
And so many other places as well. So ably depicted by Tom Waits, who's my guest here tonight on KCRW. This is a song called Temptation from Frank's Wild Years.
birds are in the belfry, the dew is on the moor. Where are the arms that held me and pledged to love me for, and pledged to love before? And it's such a sad old feeling, all the fields are soft and green. It's memories that I'm stealing, but you're innocent when you dream, when you dream. You're innocent when you dream, when you dream. You're innocent when you dream. I made a golden promise that we would never part. I gave my love a locket, and then I broke her heart, and then I broke her heart. And it's such a sad old feeling, all of the fields are soft and green, and it's memories that I'm stealing, but you're innocent when you dream, when you dream. You're innocent when you dream, when you dream. You're innocent when you dream. We're running through the graveyard, and we laughed, my friends and I. We swore we'd be together until the day we die, until the day we die. It's such a sad old feeling, all of the fields, they're soft and green, and it's memories that I'm stealing, but you're innocent when you dream, when you dream. You're innocent when you dream, when you dream. You're innocent when you dream. And it's such a sad old feeling, the fields are soft and green, and it's memories that I'm stealing, but you're innocent when you dream, when you dream. You're innocent when you dream, when you dream. You're innocent when you dream.
From Tom Waits' new album, Frank's Wild Years, that's Innocent When You Dream, which I have a different favorite song every hour or so, I think. But that song seems to be the central one to me, or it strikes me when I listen to the album. That's the one that everything seems to pivot around, the whole story.
Yeah. I guess it is a theme, reoccurring theme, song of the story. I was listening to a lot of John McCormick. My father-in-law listens endlessly
The tenor.
To John McCormick, yeah, so whether you like it or not. And so that's, I think, maybe where the seed of that came from.
What was it you mentioned before that you did a lot of the vocals for this album through a bullhorn?
Yeah, it was your MP5 fan and transistorized bullhorn, with the public address loudspeaker in it. Available down there at Radio Shack for, I think, about $29.95. You can pick one of those up. I'd tried for a long time to get the same effect through other means, singing into cups and pipes and trumpet mutes and singing into my hands. So
What were you
I got
trying
lucky.
to do? Get farther away? It sounds farther away from your body.
I don't know, just trying to get my voice to sound like it's down at the bottom of a pool, just to tamper with the qualities it already has.
You like tampering with things, don't you?
Yeah, just to bend it a little bit, because I get sick and tired of the way I sound. So, mainly I was trying to make my voice skinnier so it would fit in the song, because I was going to plant all these things around it, and sometimes it flattens out, it gets too thick, and I can't put anything else in there so it changes the the size of my voice so I can put more in the song. And that's kind of the theory around it anyway. So Biff Dawes, my engineer, got me a bullhorn for my birthday, and I haven't been without it since. So, and it's real good around the house when you want to get somebody's attention. And so it's...
Well, I would have the opposite effect. Then you get to throw your weight around instead of skinnying yourself up. I want in terms of that, because you seem to have and seem to have had throughout the length of your career a pretty strong sense of yourself and of your image, and to do things with a good deal of thought and with a good deal of care. I'm curious about the photographs that you've used on the last 3 albums. They're very distinctive, somewhat different than previous pictures of yourself, Swordfishtrombones, Rain Dogs, and now on Frank's Wild Years.
Yeah.
What is behind that? Who's the person we're seeing, or whatever it is?
Yeah, I don't know. That's Swordfishtrombones was taken in a kitchen, but it's hard to tell that it's a kitchen because of the way the light bounces around everything. I don't know. I was just trying to make it like a picture out of a story,
And with your mom on Rain Dogs?
Oh, those are that's an old photograph taken in Hamburg, I think, in the '60s, in a saloon, and it's just 2 people. We're sitting in a booth in a saloon. I used to tell people that it was me and Liza Minnelli right after she got out of the Betty Ford Center. And this one is kind of a collage. It was done by J.B. Mondino, and which is kind of like having my head on somebody else's body, like in a
with your
carnival.
photo above the accordion.
Yeah.
How about this guy on the 12-inch of Hang On St. Christopher?
That's my new image, I guess. The pencil-thin mustache.
And rather dramatic eyebrows as well.
The Latin pimp.
There's a subtitle to Frank's Wild Years, an Operaci Romantico in 2 acts.
Oh, Operaci, that's just a kind of a... it takes opera and mariachi and puts 2 words together. So it's just Kathleen came up with that, and so we kept it in the act.
Well, you brought along some Caruso with you, and it's interesting because there's, especially through the last couple of albums, there's a real strong sense of the opera buffa in your works of the storytelling, and that following of character. So I rather like it that you put that subtitle on it.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
Kathleen, for that.
All right, yeah.
Now, shall we continue listening to this, or should we make you a disc jockey for a while and come back to Frank's Wild Years?
Oh, I don't know.
We were just talking about the Pogues while we were listening to.
Oh yeah, we ought to
Dream
play
was said
that
to be
Dirty
a
Old Town. That's a good
favorite of yours. You seem
Yeah.
to like them. They seem to like you quite a bit. How
Yeah,
did that come
they're-
about?
They're good boys. Well, just from the records, and then I met all those guys in Chicago. They were coming through there. They were playing at where was that place? It's the old Vic, and I couldn't go. I was doing our thing, and they came down in the afternoon, saw it, and then went back and did their show that night. I didn't get a chance to see the show, but I've always loved the records and their whole stance, and this is one of my favorites, Dirty Old Town.
This is from the Rum Sodomy and Lash album. It's the Pogues, selected by Tom Waits on Snap on this Monday night.
This is for you, Moan.
I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Clouds are drifting across the moon. Cats are prowling on their beat. Springs a girl from the streets at night. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Train set the night on fire. I smelled the spring on the smoky wind. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I'm gonna make me a picture box, shining steel, tempered in the fire. I'll chop you down like an old dead tree. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town, dirty old town, dirty old town.
our parade tonight. It's more than thunder. It's more than thunder. And it's more than a bad dream. Now that I'm sober, nothing but sad times. Nothing but sad times. None of our pockets are lined with gold. Nobody's caught the bouquet. There are no dead presidents we can fool. Nothing is going away. And it's more than trouble I've got myself into. It's more than wool, big hearts and gray skies now.
Got the new album by Tom Waits on the air here tonight at KCRW, and we've also got Tom Waits himself with us, playing some songs that he likes by the Pogues and the Rolling Stones, and that song from the new album, More Than Rain, which opens up side 2 of the LP, which is called Frank's Wild Years, from, loosely from the stage play, I suppose, as you're telling me, and born out of the fruit of a less than 2-minute song that captured the imagination of an awful lot of people. Was it like 5 years ago now?
Yeah, I think so.
Such a perfect picture of what you do about frustration. The idea, you just you vent your anger, and get rid of it. You burn it down. You go away. You leave. You go follow your dreams.
Yeah. Pressures of modern life. Yeah.
There seems to be, how can I say this? In between the earlier body of work and then these last 3 albums, including the new one, the Swordfishtrombones, Rain Dogs, and Frank's Wild Years. In between those was the soundtrack work you did for One from the Heart. How much was that involved in a transition phase for you?
I don't know. Maybe it was a bit of a digression for me a little bit, because I was kind of trying to move ahead into some other areas, and then a Coppola wanted like a lounge operetta, and but I like all those songs. It was, and I was kind of working on two things at once. I worked on One from the Heart, and I also wrote music for this Heart Attack and Vine, which came out around the same time. So it was good to be able to work on both. They were kind of different animals, and kept me on my toes.
Well, it seems like you took off on one of the horses. The reason I asked that in part is because there was such a strong theatrical aspect to that film that I really admired, that I liked very much, and it seemed that you began to follow that course along there. Whose idea was it to for you to work with Crystal Gale on that?
Well, I don't know where that came from. You know, a lot of people considered, you know, it's like a kind of like a beauty contest. So,
Inspired, eventually. We've got a piece here that ends up actually as the title track of the new Marianne Faithfull album, which you wrote.
Yeah.
And what we have is you brought a cassette of it in a slightly different version.
We did this at home, so I don't know. I mean, I haven't really listened to this much. It's just so we'll hear this. Kathleen
Strange
and I
Weather,
wrote it together, so it's this is the first version of it, and then we gave it to Marianne, and she recorded it, a record that she did with Hal Wellner, who may be listening out there. I don't know. Hello, Hal, if you're out there listening. Hal's doing a whole thing on Disney songs. He's doing a...
That's the next album?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Getting a lot of real odd characters to record, their favorite Disney song.
As the tradition with the 3 albums he's done so far, the collections, the collaborations.
Yeah.
You worked with him on the Kurt Weill,
Right.
Lost in the Stars.
Right. Yeah.
And had the standout track on the album,
Oh, that...
What Keeps Mankind Alive.
Right.
Pretty strong reading of those words. Strange Weather was written last year?
Oh, not too long ago.
Yeah?
I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago or whatever it was. It was just before she was at the tail end of her record, and we said we'd get something and tour, and so
this is the first version of Strange Weather by Tom Waits and Kathleen Brennan.
Take me across the channel, London Bridge is falling down. Stranger woman tries to say all that a man will try to drown. And it's the rain that they predicted in the forecast every time. The roses died because you picked it. I believe that brand is mine. And all over the world, strangers talk only about the weather. All over the world, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. And the world is getting flatter, and the sky is falling all around, and nothing is the matter, for I never cry in town. And a love like ours, my dear, is best measured when it's down. And I never buy umbrellas, for there's always one around. And all over the world, strangers only about the weather all over the world. It's the same, it's the same, and all over the world, strangers talk only about the weather all over the world. It's the same. It's the same. And you know that it's beginning, and you know that it's the end. Once again we are strangers as the fog comes rolling in, and all over the world, strangers talk only about the weather all over the world. It's the same. It's the same.
The best laid plans of who knows what. Strange Weather by Kathleen Brennan and Tom Waits, first version you did that ended up as the title track of the Marianne Faithfull album.
All right.
It's some pretty telling lines in there. I like that. But you commented as you were saying as you were listening, you said, "Oh, it's pretty down. We better get some up music here."
Yeah,
Like
I
you're-
know. Put
you're
everybody
paying
to sleep here.
attention to it. Well, I'll tell you what. You tell a story for a minute, and I'll cue up the song that you wanted to hear. How's that?
Okay. Let's see.
Driving over here. Yeah.
What are we gonna hear? Oh, we're gonna hear way
Down in the
down,
hole,
way
yeah.
down in the hole. This is like a kind of a gospel number, I guess. Featuring Ralph Carney on two saxes simultaneous, Greg Cohen on upright bass, Michael Blair on percussion. It kind of happened in the studio, real spontaneous. It doesn't happen every time, but somehow it happened on this. We needed a gospel number, so...
The gospel is interpreted by Tom Waits.
Yeah.
Your definition of it, I think, Tom.
Yeah. So this is all about the, fear of the devil and all that, ghosts and the like. You know what they say, if you ever get a ghost ever starts to inhabit you, they tell you to pee your pants. It's the most reliable way to deal with, having a spirit that... But anyway, this is
Devil
way
in the
down
Hole.
in the hole. Is the title of
Waits
it.
from Frank's Wild Years.
When you walk through the garden, you gotta watch your back. Well, I beg your pardon. Walk the straight and narrow track. If you walk with Jesus, He's gonna save your soul. You gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. He's got the fire and the fury at His command. Well, you don't have to worry if you hold on to Jesus' hand. We'll all be safe from Satan when the thunder rolls. We just gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. the angels sing about Jesus' mighty sword, and they'll shield you with their wings and keep you close to the Lord. Don't pay heed to temptation, for his hands are so cold. You gotta help me keep the devil way down in the hole. 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 You gotta help me keep the devil down in the hole.
Another one of my favorite songs from Frank's wild years. I'm Deirdre O'Donoghue. This is Snap on KCRW Santa Monica. We're featuring Tom Waits' new album here on the air tonight. We've been playing a lot of cuts from it, listening to some songs that Tom has selected. And at the moment, we've got Tom Waits in the KCRW Performance Studio with his fingers on the piano.
Well, you play that tarantella, all the hounds will start to roar. The boys all go to hell, and then the Cubans hit the floor. They drive along the pipeline, they tango to their sore. They take apart their nightmares and they leave them by the door. Where you'll fall out of the window with confetti in my hair. Deal out Jack so better on a blanket by the stairs. I tell you all my secrets, but I lie about my past. So send me off to bed forevermore. Now just make sure she's all in calico in the color of a doll. And a skillet on the wall. Cut me a switch. Hold your breath till the sun goes down. Write my name on the hood and send me off to another town where you'll fall out of the window with confetti in my hair. Deal out Jack so better on a blanket by the stairs. I tell you all my secrets, but I lie about my past. Send me off to bed forevermore. Well, you fall out of the window with confetti in my hair. Deal out Jack so better on a blanket by the stairs. I tell you all my secrets, but I lie about my past. Send me off to bed forevermore. Send me off to bed forevermore. Send me off to bed forevermore.
Tom Waits, live in the KCRW Performance Studio.
God, I don't sit down at the piano very often. I can't. Where are we here, Deirdre?
We're somewhere beneath the earth. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
We're here at your pleasure and behest. Anything off Frank's wild years that appeals to you in terms of piano?
Oh, what off the? Oh, you mean to play or to play?
Yeah.
Or play a record?
No, for you to play.
It's easier to play the record. I don't know. Let me see. I'm a little rusty. Maybe you put up. Do you want to put up another one off the record there? Or?
Oh, you gotta have one in your head. We'll do one more from the record here.
Oh, okay, and then
then
I'll see if I can come up with something else here. How's that sound?
That sounds perfect.
Okay.
I don't exactly remember what I queued up here, but you can't make a mistake with this new album. This is Tom Waits from Frank's Wild Years here at KCRW tonight.
Crestfallen sidekick in an old cafe. Never slept with a dream before he had to go away. There's a bell in the tower Uncle Ray brought around. Don't worry about the army in the cold, cold ground. cold, cold ground. Cold, cold ground. Cold, cold ground. Now don't be a crybaby when there's wood in the shed. There's a bird in the chimney and a stone in my bed. When the road's washed out, we pass the bottle around and wade in the arms of the cold, cold ground. The cold, cold ground. The cold, cold ground. The cold, cold ground. There's a ribbon in the willow, there's a tire swing rope, and a briar patch of berries taking over the slope. The cattle sleep in the mailbox and we'll never go to town till we bury every dream in the cold, cold ground. In the cold, cold ground. The cold, cold ground. In the cold, cold ground. In the cold, cold ground. Rifle and a whole box of shells. Blow the roof off the goat barn, let it roll down the hill. The piano is firewood, Times Square is a dream. I found we'll lay down together in the cold, cold ground. The cold, cold ground. The cold, cold ground. In the cold, cold ground. We'll call the cops on the breedloves, bring a Bible and a rope, and a whole box of Breville and a bar of soap. Make a pile of trunk tires and burn them all down. Bring $1 with you, baby, in the cold, cold ground. 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 Take the weather vane rooster throwing rocks at his head. Stop talking to the neighbors until we all go dead. Beware of my temper and the dog that I found. Break all the windows in the cold, cold ground. 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 In the cold, cold ground.
Oh yeah, that was David Hidalgo on accordion from Los Lobos, and Larry Taylor on upright, and I was playing guitar.
There's a song called Cold, Cold Ground from the new album. You know what just struck me as I was listening to that for the first time? That ties in with the new movie that you're in, the Iron Maid movie. That song reminds me of the opening pages of the book.
Oh yeah, well I never really thought of it that way.
I hadn't either. It just struck me as I was listening right that time. Another one of your characters. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. I'll do one more here, and I'd like to say hi to a few people. Hi, Mateo. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Moan. Hi, Casey. I'd like to say hi to Stephen and Betsy, and Tom and Claire. Hello out there. And see if I can remember. This is an old one. I'd like to say hi to my dad and Ruth. And okay.
Oh, I wish I was in New Orleans. I can see it in my dreams. We'll be arm in arm down Burgundy with a bottle and my friends and me. Hoist up a few tall cool ones, play some pool, listen to that tenor saxophone calling me home. Oh, and I can hear the band as they begin. When the saints, they go marching in. Oh, and by the whiskers on my chin, New Orleans, I'm gonna be there. And deal the cards and roll the dice. Where's that old Chucky Wise? Claiborne Avenue with me and you, Sam Jones and all. Oh, I wish I was in New Orleans. I can't see it, now it's in my dreams. We'll be arm in arm down Burgundy with a bottle and my friends and me. New Orleans, I'll be there. Will you wear the dress I like so well? Meet me down there at the old saloon. Will you make sure there's a Dixie moon? New Orleans, I'm gonna be there.
Tom Waits performing on Snap here on KCRW. Thank you very much for doing that, sir.
Okay.
That was, we've got some hot tea there for you.
Oh, great, thanks.
Make life a little easier at the keyboards. Tom's playing a Model C5D Yamaha piano that's provided to KCRW by David L. Abel.
Oh, you got a little plug in there.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Well, they give us the piano, we give them a plug. It's the way the universe
Is
works.
this kind of a cash arrangement, or
It's
is this like a
I think it's just your
trading
basic
services?
trade-off. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Isn't that the first law of the cosmos?
I knew you were going to slip that in there.
You scratch mine, I'll scratch yours. It's okay, I'm not doing fundraising things tonight, at least. One of the other sides of doing this sort of stuff.
You want me to come back around there, or what?
Well, unless I can talk to you. No, you want to do another one?
I'm just about tapped out here, I think.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what I got here in the cassette machine is this piece that you brought from the new movie Ironstone.
Oh, Ironweed. Gee,
Ironweed,
I'm
sorry.
plugging the hell out of myself here tonight. I'll be ashamed of myself.
Not at all. That's the second basic law of the cosmos. That's why those things get done.
It's like Eat at Joe's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we could put that up there. It wasn't really designed for broadcasting, but this is a song from Ironweed. And I worked on in Albany, New York. William Kennedy's story. Film with Jack Nicholson and Meryl Streep and Carol Baker, and Fred Gwynn, Michael O'Keefe, and it all takes place on Halloween night in Albany. It's it's a story about death.
And this is one of
And,
Tom Waits'
on
contributions
a
to
cheerier
it.
note, it's
Okay, let me put this up on the tape machine here, and we'll bring you back around to this other room. Thank you very much for doing those live songs. I appreciate
Sure.
that.
okay.
Tom Waits on Snap on a Monday night.
Poor little lamb, now his fleece is all cold, wakes up in the morning alone. Poor little lamb knows what's coming. Life is an empty cup. Poor little lamb, watch your shoulder. Coyote is waiting out there. Nobody will get any older if we don't find a way out of here. So let's go on a bummer this summer, where we won't have to be afraid. The world will be on a Hummer, boys, and we'll laugh and we'll drink lemonade.
That's brand new, just not even out yet, nowhere near. From the movie when is that movie going to come out? There's a good deal of interest about it.
Christmas time, sometime around.
It seems like a logical time.
Yeah.
Tom Waits and then the other characters involved. Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
Now,
he's
did you have your
wild.
tongue in your cheek when you said in the interview in Melody Maker that that's the cover story of the current issue, by the way, in case anyone doesn't have it, and there's an article about you in Spin. I guess you're going to be all over the place for a while now.
Yeah. I know.
Did you have your tongue in your cheek when you said that you were the one who pulled Nicholson into the movie?
Oh, I'm just I'm a kidder. I'm a kidder.
How much Irish is there in you?
I don't know. I think the top half. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But no, I've got some Scotch in me. I've got some Irish in me. Got a little bit of Norwegian in there.
Celtic.
It's a blend.
Oh, it certainly is, and a fine and unique blend it is, sir. This song, "Poor Little Lamb," will there be a whole? You mentioned earlier that you and Kennedy worked on the songs for the movie.
Yeah.
Are there a number of them?
Babenko, Hector Babenko is the director, and
Kiss of the Spider Woman, man.
yeah, and
What a fabulous cast of people around a terrific book. The book is perfect for you to be doing. Do you want to describe the character or the story at all, a little bit, about what you're doing?
let's see. I play a character named Rudy the Cootie, sidekick to Francis Phelan. I get hit in the head in a train yard with a big stick by the Community Chamber of Commerce on a raid, and I die in the emergency ward at the end from a hemorrhage, internal bleeding, brain damage, and exhaustion. And it's all about redemption and baptism and alcohol. Not necessarily in that order. Actually, alcohol, baptism, and redemption, whichever comes first. And it was a good experience for me. Got a chance to work with great people, and
Oh, you've developed quite a career now in terms of doing movies. Do you enjoy doing the acting?
Well, on this one, I was forced to drink against my will. For the, everybody was told that you know, because it's part of the story. So there was a lot of drinking going on. And
Now, that doesn't sound exactly like the character that we've known of Tom Waits in the past. Is there, what for you to say, against my will?
No, I'm just teasing you. It was a good, I learned a lot, and I'm glad I did it. So it was,
The characters that you've played dramatically so far, or at least in the movies that I've seen, the pieces I've seen, are pretty much of a piece of cloth, and I think that Rudy comes along in that line. Do you feel that they're strongly similar characters? Do you mind doing that? Do you want to do other types?
preachers.
Oh God, you'd be great as a preacher.
Yeah.
You know what I'd love to see? We were talking before the show about the mutual regard that you and Henry Rollins seem to have for each other. I'd love to see that Henry does a wonderful evangelistic preacher. I'd love to see the two of you guys doing a preach-off.
I'll preach.
That would be, let's see what I can do to organize that, Tom.
All right.
That would be, and what will go to the winner? What spoils will go to the winner? Tammy Baker's eyelashes or something. It's not much of a prize. I'm sorry, I can't think of any of those things now. I want to play another song from Frank's Wild Years.
Oh, yeah?
And I think what I've queued up is the train song, as far as I can tell.
Oh, God, I don't know. Maybe, I hate to bring this thing down. Just said there's no ballad before there. Maybe we ought to bring it up a little bit here. And then, I don't know. What about This All Be Gone? What do you think of that?
Oh, I think that's perfect.
It's kind of a...
Okay, I'll tell you what. You talk about that, and I'll retreat back into my headphones here and cue it up, okay?
Okay, great.
So I'm turning the airwaves over to you.
Okay,
Lee Baby Sims, taking over. Looking for the general barometric pressure.
we're going to hear a little something here called All Be Gone. This is I don't know, I guess it's kind of a Taurus Bulba approach to the popular song with William Schimmel, Dr. William Schimmel on accordion, Greg Cohen on upright bass, Michael Blair on marimba, Morris Tepper on guitar, Ralph Carney on the baritone horn, and it's an adventure song. It's an adventure number. So,
Hang on, I don't mean to hang you up. It's just that this turntable's not being kind to me
okay.
at all.
This is dedicated to all those who seek adventure, who live for adventure, and to hear the lamentations of the women. We send this out to Kathleen and Mathilde, Ralph, Coco, and Rudy. Okay.
Okay, with any sort of luck, I've got the right one up here from Frank's Wild Years by Tom Waits.
Tonight I'll shave the mountain. I'll cut the hearts from Pharaohs. I'll pull the road off of the rise, tear the memories from my eyes. In the morning I'll be gone. I drink 1,000 shipwrecks. Tonight I steal your paychecks. I paint the sheets across my bed. The birds will all fly from my head. And in the morning I'll be gone. Take every dream that's breathing. Find every food that's leaving. Shoot all the lights in the cafe. And in the morning I'll be gone. I bet $1,000. I have a French companion. I tie myself below the deck. I pull the
Tom Waits is here with me tonight on Snap on KCRW. I'm Deirdre O'Donoghue, and I referred to Tom a couple minutes ago as Lee Baby Sims, and someone called and said, "Who is that?" So,
Lee Baby Sims, he's one of the highest paid disc jockeys in the Western Hemisphere, and I think he lives in Hawaii. And I think he's, after that Down by Law came out, I think he's trying to sue us all because he didn't like being portrayed as a ne'er-do-well. Anyway, it was no offense made or intended, honestly. Somebody I listened to when I was a kid on the radio, and when I was about 15, I used to hear him all the time. It was Lonely Lee Baby Sims, and I used to always kind of put a plea out to people in the California to come on down to the station and keep him company because he was a lonely guy. And I always remembered his name. I had no idea that since I'm a kid, he became this big sensation, and he's like, he's a giant in the broadcasting world.
And you took his name as the character in the movie Down by Law.
Yeah. So no offense, Lee Baby. It's all done in with love and affection.
Did you enjoy doing that movie?
And don't sue me.
Nah, it's well past that. I had the strongest sense seeing it that you were having a terrific time doing that. You and John Lurie seemed to be birds of a feather.
It was good working with all those people. Bob Benini, Bob Benini's a big comic in Italy. He played Bob.
Bob,
and,
brilliant, just brilliant.
So he's actually beyond, outside of the Pope, there's nobody in Italy bigger than Bob Benini.
And the Pope's coming here, so we're all in trouble.
Yeah. Well, Benini really was a joy to work with. So, and working with Jarmusch was good. Lonesome Jim Jarmusch. And Benini, in Italy, he's like, he's a giant. He kind of made his name as an outsider. He would speak at rallies and say the unspeakable. He used to make jokes about the Pope and the Vatican, and he got a big name. He referred to the Pope as Votalaccio, which is like the equivalent of calling him Pope Babe. And it created quite a in Vatican City.
Somehow it all seems very anachronistic, that whole system, and that or maybe it's just from my vantage point of living on this end of the Western world. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now where are we here?
All right. Well, I think
now you've got your mystery tape there. You've got the Evan Lurie tape too. Another one of the lounge lizards who is a delicious pianist.
All right. Well, maybe we should play a couple of things off Evan Lurie's tango tape here, which is several pieces on here for bandoneon. He has a tango orchestra in Manhattan, and
do they perform live clubs and things, or just
they do.
Studio? Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Rebo is in the group, and I don't know who else. I don't have a legend on this, so I can't read you off the credits or the names of the songs. It's just been rattling around the bottom of my bag, so
we'll play it by ear.
Yeah, but so here's that.
Now let me ask you about the guys that you're going to take out on tour with you. Pretty much the same band as you had last time.
Pretty
much. You're going to start in October. You're planning it now.
Yeah, I'm putting it together now, and
it's not going to be Frank's Wild Years. You're not doing this. There are no plans immediately to do another production of that. No,
not right away. This is just I'm going out to do 2 months on the road with a band. They're all coming out here to rehearse mid-September. We're going to have our first date on the 5th of October in Toronto, go down the eastern seaboard, and then come west, end up in Los Angeles in November. I think second week in November we're going to play in L.A. Then we're going to Europe for about 3 weeks, and then we're coming home. So that's the idea.
That's a good-sized tour. Does touring make you nuts? Going out and doing the same thing. Here's why I asked that question. Because you strike me as someone who is is constantly, you're always moving forward.
I'm a big complainer. I'll
yeah?
tell you, I grumble. I grumble my way through it.
I can't imagine you doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. It seems almost out of character.
It's
That's why I asked
tedious.
that.
Yeah, it's loaded with problems. It's tragic. It's problematic. From day to day, you know, you try to work out the kinks along the way. It's like diamond cutting in the back of a pickup truck. You never know what you're going to get. You're dealing with a lot of variables. They're constantly changing, and which is both the thrill and the hell of it. So, you know. But, yeah, it's like a narcotic.
And you seem to have figured out ways to do it in semi-manageable chunks. So it's
very
okay.
time-consuming. It's very expensive, and it takes its toll. But you know, I love it. You know, when I look back on it after it's over.
Oh, things are always better when they're in the photo album. It's much easier than actually walking into it. Will Ralph Carney be with you again? William Schimmel?
Yeah, Ralph Carney's going. William Schimmel, no, couldn't make it.
Too bad.
We got a guy named Willie Schwartz on the accordion from Indiana. He's going to be coming out here. And Greg Cohen.
Yeah, Greg.
Upright bass.
Yeah.
We're going to, you know, the stage portion of the show I'm working on now, lights and all that, trying to make it look good.
In a vein similar to the last time, around the time of Rain Dogs?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different. Yeah.
Gonna divulge any ideas? Or will it's just going to have to be a secret?
I don't know what to say about it. Trying to get it to look like a Cuban Chinese restaurant up there on stage, so I'm working out the kinks now. And,
Perfect.
So
You did an interview. I just thought of this. This occurred to me. You did, or there's the video, I guess, is going to be on The Cutting Edge on MTV. I'm not sure if it's the show that's on this Thursday.
I don't know.
But then we'll all have the chance to see the video for Blow Wind Blow, I guess it is.
all right, Chris Blum worked on that. Kathleen and I put together the ideas for it, and it was done up there at the Chi Chi Club up there in North Beach. Miss Kiko's Chi Chi Club, right there on Broadway next to Big Al's, you know. Anyway, it's worked with a girl named Val Diamond, who played a doll. She drew eyeballs on the outside of her eyelids and wore a Spanish dress, and I unscrewed one of her legs and pulled a bottle out of it, and it's got some entertainment value.
I rather imagine it would, coming from you. I'm going to slide back here to Evan. How do you, Evan, another one of the Lounge Lizards,
I know
piano
Evan.
player.
We shared a rehearsal place in New York at West Beth, where the Lounge Lizards rehearse, and I was working in there on alternate days with them, writing and so writing all the songs for Rain Dogs and working on all that stuff. Yeah, he's John Lurie's brother, plays piano, great composer, and these are some of the pieces from his
And this is
tango.
new. He's got a solo
tape.
piano album out, and this is some new material. Thanks for... Evan Lurie, brought to us by Tom Waits, his Bendonioni music. Is that going to come out as an album? Do you know anything about it?
So, yeah, I hope so.
Okay, we'll have to write him a letter and ask him. That sounds great. He's looking for a label?
Yeah.
A&R Men, Attention, and Women. There you go.
Yeah.
Just, we'll get you in touch. Give us a call here. I'm Deirdre O'Donoghue. My guest tonight is Tom Waits, who I'm delighted to have here in the studios at KCRW. Brand new album, Frank's Wild Years. Should be in the stores tomorrow, I understand.
Yes.
There's been a bit of concern about that. 17 perfect little jewels of songs springing from the stage play that you did in Chicago with the Steppenwolf Company last year. Just to clarify about the tour that you're going to be doing, it won't be the play, but you will be doing some music from this, as well as Rain Dogs and Swordfishtrombones.
Yeah.
Last couple of albums.
3 albums
Yeah.
mostly, but I'll do some older stuff too, but I'm trying to concentrate mostly on stuff from the last 3 records.
Well, they're of a family.
Yeah, I guess so.
I suppose there's that transition phase there. Yeah. And this is one from the new album, from Frank's Wild Years, that's maddening to me in many ways because it's pretty clearly got some influence. This is going to be I'll Take New York. And I wind up singing this song and singing the things that it's derived from. Yeah. It's perfectly sparkling tune.
Yeah, it was.
And it's the optimism. It's the baseline optimism of this. Do you ever feel sorry for your characters in any of your songs or this guy? Do you ever have?
No, not really.
No?
They can take it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little Sinatra influence on this. Kind of the flip side of New York.
Sure
this
is.
is kind of This is when everything starts to melt. This is going down on the Titanic. And I saw Frank Sinatra just a couple of nights ago up there at the Greek Theater. It was a good show. But this is kind of a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like somebody told me I sound a little bit like Jerry Lewis. I didn't know whether that was a compliment or not. This is it. This is kind of the darker side of Times Square. Let it go.
I'll tip a newsboy. I'll get a shine. I'll ride that dream to the end of the line. I'm gonna be going places. I'll get a ride. Take me to the riverside. I'm gonna take you to New York. I'll make it happen. I'm on the caboose. I'm drinking Manhattan. I'll take a splash on the big town. That's how I will arrive. Have you got 2 tens for a 5? You've got to roll out the carpet. Strike up the band. Break out the best champagne when I land. You gotta beat the parade drum. Hit all the bars. I want the moon and stars. I'm gonna take you to New York. I'll make it happen. I'm on the caboose. I'm drinking Manhattans. And I know someday they're going to name a street after me. Right next door to old Franklin D. I'm gonna take you big time. Come on, New York. Come on, move over, big town. I'll take New York. Come on, big town. Come on, get happy. New York. Come on.
Getting close to the end of Snap on this Monday night with my guest Tom Waits. He's got his car keys out of his pocket
keys
now.
out.
I'll take New York.
All
I think you
right.
can have anything you want. It's coming up on midnight. Will Thornberry will be here at midnight with a doodlin' show that kind of runs around jazz a lot. It moves out in all different directions. They're an exquisite show, by the way, if you haven't heard it yet. Midnight to 3. Great stuff every night of the
I'll
week.
listen to that on my way home.
Perfect for the drive. You've got a mystery tape here for us.
Oh yeah, this is something that we heard one night on the radio, and we taped it, and it was, it's called Jesus Blood Never Fails Me. It's a hymn that, and then I lost it, and I gave it to somebody who was supposed to make me a copy, and it all unraveled, and we never got it back in the thing, and then it vanished, and then everybody I asked about it never heard of it, and I couldn't find it, and then I was misled a lot about how to locate it, and I finally gave up, and then a buddy of mine, Nick, asked me if I'd ever heard of this song before, and I said, I said, I've been looking for it for about 5 years because I lost it, and so he made me a copy, and here it is. This is actually, from what I understand, and maybe there's somebody out there that knows more about this. Now, it's heard that the sinking of the Titanic was on the flip side of this, but I can't be sure. What I understand is that it was a recording made of an old man on the beach in the middle of the night digging clams, and somebody taped him singing all by himself, and then they brought the tape home and added strings to the recording, and that's what this is. But it's very eerie. I heard it on Kathleen's birthday, and never forgot it. It's just a strange little song, and so I'll kind of say goodnight with this.
I think we can solve your mystery for you. But
Warm
we'll
up.
Tease the audience as well.
So I'll say goodnight, and thanks for having me. Say goodnight to Casey, night Kelly Simone, night Kathleen, and I'll see you again.
Good night, Tom Waits.
Okay.
Thanks very much for coming by, KCRW, and joining me here on Snap. Yeah, come back sometime.
Okay, I will.
Great fun.
Thanks.
It's him with his bag of cassettes.
Never